Last time on the American Crappie Trail, Ouachita River kicked up the temperatures as the mercury soared to 100 degrees on the water, but that didn't slow down the bite. Thatcher Waymeyer and Buster Braun dominated both days of fishing, taking home the victory as well as big fish for the event at 2.31 pounds. The B&M Angler Team of the Year race looks like this, with the super clean B&M team of Ronnie Capps and Steve Coleman in first, Lucas Oil teammates Kent Watson and Drew Morgan in second, and the Jenko fishing team of Tony and Mike Shepard in third. Grenada Lake is known as the land of the giants, producing some of the biggest crappie in the nation. However, it can also be one of the most difficult and dangerous lakes, depending on the conditions. What will it have in store for our anglers? Let's find out as General Tire presents the American Crappie Trail on Grenada Lake, Mississippi.
Welcome, American Crappie Trail, to Grenada Lake, the #1 crappie lake in America and home of the 3-pound crappie. Thank you for being here with us. We hope you catch a lot of fish and a lot of big fish.
Sitting here ready for day one, Grenada, Mississippi. Storms, rains, forecast all day. We're lucky it's not raining yet. Right now, me and Drew are sitting second points, so we really need to come out here with a top 10 finish.
A lot of people have still got to qualify for the championship, which is at Sardis this spring. So a lot of guys are trying to move up the ladder to get in that top 100.
We're third in points. It means a lot. We need a decent finish right here. We kind of dropped the ball in the last one, and this year we got short of the tournament. We only get to throw one tournament away, so we need to do pretty good on this one.
Our goal is to try to be in the top 10, because right now we're sitting fourth in the points. If we could get a top 10, we'd be real happy with that.
For sure, it's going to get some dampness on us today. I will see if these raincoats hold up to it, but you know it's normal for us to have to fight weather. And
the wind's what concerns me, not the rain. So it's going to be one of them days. Here we go, Grenada, ATT.
With such a severe change in weather, most teams will find that their pre-fishing efforts were fruitless. That means that every team will be battling the rain and wind while trying to repattern active fish that may or may not be where they were earlier.
So right now I'm just scanning with the live scope, looking for these bogeys is what I call them out here in no man's land. Now there's a lot of fish out here, so you have to decipher, is it a crappie, is it a big crappie, is it a drum, is it a sand bass? You don't really know until really you drop your bait sometimes. It's kind of like we're hunting for the biggest fish we can find. Oh, he came up at it, I about set the hook, but then he swam right back down. With this hair jig, you see I got a weight above it. You can't feel the bite a lot of times. So you have to constantly watch your graph all day long. Like that case, I almost set the hook, but then he swam off. Most of the time, I don't even feel the bite, I just see the bite.
It's slow right now, raining, miserable, but we found these fish pre-fishing Tuesday. And there's an old road bed right behind us, and they were holding tight to that road bed, but it seemed like they've scattered out more off that road bed, and it's slow, but 9 times out of 10, when you hang, it's going to be the one you want. I think it's going to take probably 15 pounds just to be competitive and have a chance at winning. There's some big fish, man.
We got 7 fish in the live well. There's only 2 of them the grade we're looking for. So the rest of the day we just need to get us 4 or 5 good bites and get some of them 2-pound plus fish in the boat. Right now we're probably sitting somewhere around 10 pounds. We got 3 or 4 fish we can upgrade pretty easy, but with the weather conditions, you know, we're just happy and fortunate that we got some fish in the boat. So our #1 goal's done. We got 7 in the boat. Now we just start upgrading. You know, if we come out anything above 12 pounds, we'd be happy. And here on Grenada Lake, 2 fish can jump you up 13, 14 pounds and change your whole day in 5 minutes.
The rain is not going anywhere, but many teams are putting good fish in the boat. Who will come out on top here on day one at Grenada Lake? Stay tuned. More fishing action is up next.
For every hour I spend fishing, I spend countless hours off the water, managing tackle, taking care of my truck and boat. Sometimes I'm on the road for 6 weeks straight. With Lucas Oil Products, I know my truck is always ready so I can stay on the road and focus on the water. Lucas Oil, made in America, sold to the world.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Clean up your toughest messes super easy, super fast. Only Super Clean is formulated to do the work for you. Just spray it on and watch the grease and grime wash away. Super Clean is the only cleaner degreaser that is scientifically formulated to kick any mess to the curb, so you can move on to more important things. For all of your greasiest, grimiest, toughest tasks around the house, shop, or garage, Super Clean gets the job done. Super Clean. Super easy, super fast.
B&M Poles, the #1 crappie pole company in the world. More tournament wins than any other crappie pole. BNMPoles.com. The American Crappie Trail is brought to you by Lucas Oil Marine Products. Made in America, sold to the world. General Tire. Anywhere is possible. Ranger Boats. Driven to dominate. Evinrude. The official engine of the American Crappie Trail. Banded. Just Go. And these other fine sponsors. Welcome back to the American Crappie Trail. Several teams have adopted the live scope technology and are using it in a big way. This event has 2 anglers who are using it and fishing solo.
Howdy, Matthew Rogers here. Fishing way up the Alabusha side. Fish are really spooky up here, and I've had to change some things I'm doing. They're really lethargic, and I'm having to hook my minnow actually go down through the gullet and come out the side. That way my hook is a little closer to the tail whenever they strike it, that they accidentally get the hook. Been pretty slow this morning. Lots of fish that won't bite, using my Garmin live scope to search and find fish, individual fish, and they're just not feeding very heavy this morning. There's a nice fish right here. Hopefully, I'm gonna see if I can get it off real quick. When I'm running this live scope, a lot of times I can get, they're a little, it's real precise, and I can get right on their nose. But if the wind is real bad, I ran into a tree right there. It's really hard to compensate and manipulate the momentum of the boat, but it can be really deadly using that technique, especially honing down on, you can specifically go after bigger fish. I haven't caught a fish for a while, and I seen one, so I just dropped in on him, but that one was active. We just need to find a bigger one that's active.
Oh, I got 4 good fish, and missed one good one this morning, but you know, trying to dip them up, these big fish, it's hard, man. It's really hard. They get to running, and you can't get the old big net out there, and anyhow. But any luck, I'll beat out 7 with any luck. They're not biting the best in the world because of this front, and all this rain, and a little bit of wind we got blowing out the east. I'd like to do 12 to 14 today. if I can catch 4 more, 3 more like what I've got in the box, I'll be pushing 12 to 13 and a half. So, you know, I'd like to do 14 if possible, but everything got to work right. When you're by yourself, everything's got to fall into place. You got to be able to get everyone with a dip net. You got to be able to catch everyone that you hang. And you just got to have, you know, got to have that 60% luck, which is better than cash money when it comes to fishing.
Brian Wright, Philip Williams, Tiptonville, and Abernathy Marine. It's been very, very tough. Seeing several fish, but getting them to bite today has been pretty challenging. I think we lost 3 or 4 at the top of the water. We tried several approaches today. Jig heads just tilt with minnows, and it seems like they're getting really spooked off the jig heads for some reason. So I've gone to a egg sinker with probably a 12, 18-inch leader, fishing a minnow on a hook. Just using the sinker to get it down there in the leader and let that minnow swim around a little bit so they don't get too scared of the lead down there with them. It seems like these fish have gotten really, really spooky off the trolling motor. Just been beat on pretty good, I guess. Well, that'll probably keep us here another hour anyway.
You just need to grow about 3/4 of a pound.
Robert Carlisle is the other angler who is fishing with Live Scope Solo. He's on the hunt for bigger fish and is grinding his way through off-species.
It ain't a catfish. That ain't huge. But at least I got to put one on camera for you. Right under your boat.
Teams are slowly collecting their limits, but who will lock on to those 2.5 to 3 pound Grenada crappie? Stay tuned to find out on the American Crappie Trail.
As an angler on the American Crappie Trail, the RTD saves us tons of time, as time is money. High wind, low light, works every time.
Official line threading device of the American Crappie Trail.
Here's the future of rod threading, the RTD from your rough fishing. Quit wasting time and start stringing line with the RTD.
We put the Rockport Rattler to a real test. 2 champion anglers using 4 rods with the competition jigs against 4 rods using the Rockport Rattler. The result, the Rockport Rattler outfished the competition 10-1.
Rockport Rattler, gray head.
His patented rattling jig contains a rattling chamber in the body of the jig. The rattle is amplified by using water as a conductor,
Rockport Rattler,
making fish hear it at much greater distances, just like a dinner bell for fish.
If you don't have a Rockport Rattler, you ain't catching crappie.
Launching a Ranger aluminum boat that's cut full of holes may sound a little crazy, but with so much closed-cell foam inside, it's easy to see the added safety and stability. It's a huge confidence booster, especially with so much quality inside, along with Ever-New D-Tech's unrivaled performance and 300 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance. Ranger aluminum is built to excel and priced to be yours.
Power your Ranger with Ever-New D-Tech.
Lucas Marine Oil. It's the only oil fortified with unique Lucas additives. Just like Major League Fishing, it's environmentally friendly. Lucas Oil means purpose-built, high-performance product. It meets all manufacturers' specifications also. Not running Lucas Marine Oil is like fishing a tournament without a boat. Lucas Marine Oil, it's that good.
The American Crappie Trail is brought to you by B&M, quality performance and service for over 70 years. Super clean, super easy, super fast, super clean. Engel Coolers, the original high-performance cooler. Power Pole, swift, silent, secure. Lucas Oil Outdoor Line, superior protection, superior performance. And these other fine sponsors. Welcome back to the American Crappie Trail. As more anglers move to use LiveScope with other electronics, the team of Reynolds and Jones gives some pointers on using this technology effectively in competition.
So all day, I'm constantly adjusting my unit. I'm having to bend down. You guys have probably seen bending down, coming up. That's controlling the distance. Every once in a while, you have to control the depth. If you pick up the trolling motor, we go on the other side of the bridge, it might be a little dirtier water. So you might have to control your gain, turn it down a little bit so it's not so much clutter. But for the most part, all I do, it's plug and play. You buy the unit, you plug it in, and you go fish. There's some minor adjustments that you can tweak to make it look a little bit clearer, but I kind of like some clutter because it shows up the fish a lot better. But the main thing that I constantly do when I'm running, when I'm searching, it's at 40 feet. And when I'm stopped, it's at 20. So I got a big fish out here. This is much bigger than those, a lot bigger. And he's right now at 20 feet, so I'm gonna change it down to 20 feet. This is a 2.5 pounder. And he's gone. And he darted, and he's gone. Did you? See, just bumping the chair. You have to be extremely quiet. You owe me $100.
Yeah. As soon as I bump that chair.
No, it happens. But the fortunate thing about the wintertime, they are so lethargic, they normally don't go very far.
We had some good quality fish found out on the main river channel on down by the dam. The wind was supposed to be pretty hard out of the wrong direction this morning. I'm second guessing whether I should have went there first, but I think we'll have to fish that tomorrow. I think we got a good chance to get 13 pounds or better off the main river channel tomorrow. If we can get that up here today, we'll be somewhere around the top 10, I hope. I could be surprised and they could bring in a bunch of 15, 16 pound weights, but there'll be a few of them, but I don't think there'll be that many. I think 13 and a half pounds would be a good weight to come out of here today with. Caps and Coleman, they got 4 top 10 finishes already with 2 wins, but if we can come out of here in the top 10 and we'd be within 5 or 6 points of them going into the championship.
Well, I'm Ken Kemp. This is my partner, Mark Blake. We're up here in the Schooner River. This is our first ACT tournament. Been pretty excited about it. We fished the Magnolia Crappie Club, and it's probably as competitive as ACT. These guys are good. They're better than good. They're the pros, and we're really excited to be a part of this tournament.
I have that going with the wind and using my power poles, running my range out really, really far. That way, whenever I see a spot, any spot up here, I fish because we're on Grenada, and you might see a giant spot and think it could be a carp, but it could be a huge crappie on this lake. I'm working up the ledge, and whenever I go with my power poles and put them down, I'm just going straight. So I'll change up here in a little bit and rework the area. A little bit ago, I had a giant in front of me and I spooked him. They're extremely spooky, so I'm using a 13-foot rod to get a little further out. By about 11:30, I'm gonna make a move to a different area of the lake and deeper water, and where they don't have as much shallow water to go to. I pan back and forth as I go, like right there. A lot of these are white bass that I've been seeing, but I'll put my power poles down and slow the boat down. How he's acting, that's usually how a white bass acts. Comes up and looks at it and swims back real quick to the tree. Crappie kind of sit a little more upright. They look like a football in the water column on this, with their nose pointing kind of up in the air. And they're usually sitting pretty still. They're spooky, but they'll usually sit pretty still for you.
We got some 230, a 227, but we got a cull of 127. We got about right at 13 pounds now, so hopefully keep our fingers crossed. We got plenty of time. Maybe we can cull them with a 220, 230. If we do that, we'll be in great shape. It's slow, but somebody will catch them.
For the Super Clean B&M team of Capps and Coleman, currently sitting in first in the B&M Angler Team of the Year event, live scope single pole action is not going as well for them as it is with other teams. With Watson and Morgan hot on their heels, they'll have to come up with a better game plan quickly in order to make a good showing here on Grenada. The Abernathy's team of Tim Blackley and Philip Haynes are a brand new partnership this season, with this being their third event. They finished fourth at Kentucky Lake and second at Ouachita River, and are looking to take it one more step, coming out with a win here at Grenada. The Rockport Rattler team of Jason and Jim Westerberg have had a great season, with a 7th place finish at the National Championship, 11th at Ross Barnett, and 6th at Kentucky Lake. Currently 4th in the Angler Team of the Year event, they're looking to leave Grenada with another top 10 finish. Time is winding down on the anglers here at Grenada. Who's going to take the lead heading into day 2? Find out next as we head to the weigh-ins here on the American Crappie Trail. B&M Poles, the #1 crappie pole company in the world. More tournament wins than any other crappie pole. BNMPoles.com. Abernathy Cycles, an authorized powersport dealership in Union City, Tennessee. The nation's largest Polaris ATV and UTV dealership. Unbelievable selection. New model ATVs, motorcycles, scooters. Experienced staff with over-the-top service, repair, and diagnostics to keep your vehicle running at top performance. 64 years of the best quality service and the best quality products. Abernathy Cycles, proud sponsor of the American Crappie Trail. From the tackle store to your truck, to your boat on the lake, back to the ramp, and all the way home. Angle Coolers have you covered.
As a professional angler, my success is directly related to my preparation. In a tournament, I may cover hundreds of miles of water in one day. That's thousands of miles in a year just getting to the fish. I use Lucas Oil products to ensure my success on the water. Lucas Oil, made in America, sold to the world.
Welcome back to the final minutes of action on day 1 here at Grenada Lake.
So live scope, if you don't have it now, you better get it or you're gonna be left in the dust. So I would consider it. I would talk to your mom, your dad, your wife, your brother, sister. Christmas is coming up. I don't know when this is gonna air, but there's always gonna be a Christmas, so then birthdays. I recommend it. Before, we didn't realize how many fish we were actually scaring off. But now you actually see it, and it's extremely frustrating when these fish, you know, spook off away from the boat, whether it be a compartment shutting or someone sneezing in the middle of winter. You know, you could take a step and the fish is gone. The biggest one is trolling motor. Trolling motor scares them. I try to push my trolling motor button and then cruise the boat into them without pushing the button again, because once you get within 20 foot, if you push that trolling motor button, a lot of times those fish are gone. So then again, Under the surface, couldn't see him, boat was moving, I didn't push the button. If I would have pushed that button, he would have been gone. Hey, it just brings a whole new sense of fun into it, you know? I could be out here all day just having a blast, just picking up fish left and right. And once again, didn't feel the bite. I saw him shoot up like a rocket, and when he shoots up like a rocket, you better set the hook. Throw him in the right. It's kind of unbelievable to think how we ever even caught a fish prior to this. Because if I was to go out there now without a live scope, I would be lucky to catch anything. It's completely changed my way of doing everything. And it teaches you that no matter where we're looking right now, there's probably crappie. There's probably crappie in 1, 2, 3 foot of water right now. We caught him right at the boat ramp yesterday, just messing around, you know.
As fishing comes to an end, it's time for the anglers to head to the weigh-in site. Will it be the single-pole live scopers who run away with the day, or will the multi-pole anglers give them a run for their money? Let's head in to find out.
Next up on the ACT stage, we have boat number 22, team of Charlie Fitzgerald and Dwayne Elliott. 7 fish limit today. Yes, sir. He says we're feeling pretty good. Let's see, guys. They feel pretty good. 1549, guys. 1549. That's a solid third place right now. Nice, thick Grenada crappie right there. All right, next up on day one, we have boat number 50, the Lucas Oil team of Tommy Moss and Brad Calhoun. Got a 7 fish limit today. See what we got here, guys. On day one, check this out, folks. Good string again. 1589. Great day one for you guys. Just 1/10 out of first place right now. All right, next up we have boat number 62, team of Josh Reynolds and Josh Jones. Got a 7 fish limit today. Somebody said you might have a big one too, huh? Yeah. We'll find out. Let's get you guys on your day one board here. Looks like a good sack, folks. Here we go. Heck yeah. 1599, guys. 1599. Great day one string for you. Come on right here, guys. Pick out some big fish for me. Throw them on in there. We'll go. 233 is big fish right now. And I think we're going to get it out. 275.
Doing great. Weather conditions didn't really cooperate, but the fish sure did. Had a great time on a world-class lake. Really enjoyed it.
Tomorrow's going to be tough on us. We're excited to get out there, give it our all. Well, weather's going to be real rough, but we're going to give it everything we have.
Yep. Super fortunate to be in first, so.
Day one standings look like this, with the General Tire team of Whitey and Matthew Outlaw in 5th, Grant Jarvis and Jason Garner in 4th, Charlie Fitzgerald and Dwayne Elliott in 3rd, the Lucas Outdoor Line team of Tommy Moss and Brad Calhoun in 2nd, and Josh Reynolds and Josh Jones in 1st. You don't want to miss the Day 2 coverage next week as our anglers complete the final qualifier of the season and Mother Nature drops the hammer. Our teams put it all on the line, and we bring you the action right here on the American Crappie Trail.